What is going on, everybody? I am back with a brand new video, and today we're going to be testing out the Birdie Disc Golf Supply weapon. Birdie Disc Golf was nice enough to send me one of their first run weapons, so I thought I'd come out here to the field, test this thing out. It'll be my first time ever throwing one of these things. The flight numbers are 850, 2.5, so it should be a pretty stable fairway driver here. For fun, I also brought out a Halo Teebird3 8402, so I thought we'd do some comparing between the two. I think the weapon feels great in the hand. I think it feels better than the Teebird3. They definitely have different hand feels. That's mainly because of the rims here. The weapon isn't as concave on the underside of the rim, whereas the Teebird3, you might be able to tell, definitely has more of a dip throughout here, which probably isn't that big of a deal, but to me, the weapon feels better because of it. Here we go though. See how this thing flies. Oh wow, straight to that nice finish. I did yank it a little right, but relatively flat, nice straight shot to that nice fade. Here goes the Teebird3. That was also great. I don't know if it went as far as the weapon though. I'm gonna get those distances for you guys, pop them up on the screen. Just because I have them, let's throw my Athenas as well. I have a prototype, and then I have, I think this is Z plastic. I got this in a mystery box. Put on a little hyzer. It may have started to work up, but really just kind of holds it. I haven't actually thrown this one very many times, but I believe it's more stable. Maybe it's not. That was equally as straight. The weapon might be closer to the Athenas, I'm not sure, but the Athenas are just 1 speed slower, 7 speeds instead of 8 speeds. There really isn't a ton of wind out here, but there is a little. So this shot is going to be thrown into a right to left headwind and see how they hold up. I think they'll do fine, but it'll be interesting to see if they, flip up a little bit more or not. I want to try to get it a little flatter. Most of my shots come out on hyzer. Oh, that was good. Honestly, that is almost perfect. Almost the same shot there, just a little straighter. I feel like those are flying very, very close to the same. And the Teebird3, I feel like, is a more premium plastic in that Halo plastic, but it's still the same. That's my Athena, the prototype. Still super consistent. I was so wrong about that Athena being more stable. It's quite hilarious, actually. I think my prototype is more stable. That's the good thing about field sessions. You learn a thing or two. Let's see if this bad boy will flex at all. I'm just gonna try to put it on a subtle Annie. That was a subtle Annie. You can tell it doesn't really want to go right. Fights out pretty quickly. Based off our other shots, I think the Teebird3 will do the same exact thing. A little bit higher, but very similar, and I think they landed at the same spot. The weapon seems super consistent, exactly what the flight numbers would suggest. To me, I don't know if I could see myself putting it in the bag, only because I like the Athenas so much. I know they're a little slower, but I like them so much that if I needed something more stable, I'd just find them, in a different plastic. I've been throwing a little weak. It's time to see if we can get these things to fly. More angle, thrown harder. I should be able to get close to 360 with these discs. There we go. That's like an actual full flight. So I'm interested to see distance-wise where that one ended up. It should be farther than our previous throws. That is a great shot with the Teebird. Wow. I kid you not, I don't know if you could see it, but it landed on the weapon and skipped off of it. That's what we've been looking for. That's the Athena. It's just not gonna fade as hard. Still has the fade. You have to bag a disc that flies like these three, whether that's the Teebird, the Athena, the weapon, something that isn't super overstable, but it's still workable. I think that is a very important tool to have in the bag, and oftentimes it becomes a go-to because you can throw it on all different types of lines, different types of power, and it's gonna be a super consistent disc. All right, so our Teebird3 actually flew farther than the weapon that time, 340. That was the farthest throw of these three. Then we have the weapon that is the shortest, and it's coming in at 325. The Athena should be about the same as the Teebird3. This might be one of my shorter videos that I have put out, but really I just wanted to come out and test the weapon, get some first impressions of it. Putting it up against the Teebird3, I felt like these discs flew very similar today. What I like about both of them is their stability. They're not too overstable, but they're still stable enough to be very workable discs on different angles. This is not the end for me and the weapon. I will be putting out more videos with this, I'm sure, so stay tuned for those. Again, let me know if you've been throwing this, why you like it, or maybe why you don't like it. Shout out to Birdie Disc Golf for sending me this one. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, guys, and we will see you on the next one.